Team leader.
All right. So a very good morning to everyone who has just joined. So I'm very happy to see you all who have just joined. So just to let you know that awesome. So just confirm that you're able to see me and you're able to hear me clearly. And once again, a very good morning to everyone who has just joined. My name is Evans Rabare, who will be the lead trainer for this session. And with me in the chat box is my colleague Joseph Orwa, who will be our lead moderator. So we are doing the program in partnership with Google. So kindly just feel free to let us know where you're joining us from, what is your expectation for this training, and also invite your friends to be part of this particular training. At the end of the session, we're going to provide you with a form where you'll be filling for your certificate, and also there will be a form for a feedback form where you'll kindly write down how you felt about the session, what are some of the areas that we need to improve, and and so much more. So in today's session, we're going to look at how to build your brand and sell online. So basically, when you're talking about brand, your brand it could be a brand image, it could be a brand reputation. So brand is anything that makes what a business, what makes a business. And in most cases, brands are usually built over a period of time. So we are going to look at how do you make your brand and how do you make it sell for you. So brand can help a business in so many ways. So brands can lead to customer, loyalty. It can also lead to customer, it can also lead to free advertisements in the sense that brand will make just people buy from you because people really trust you and they trust in your product and they will be able to get more and more they'll be buying from you. So in our session we have three broad agendas that we will be looking at. So these are the agendas. So first we are going to look at how to establish your brand online. Second, we are going to look at how to develop your e-commerce offering. And finally, we're going to look at how to utilize social media to drive your sales. So just to let you know that, just get to know, just familiarize yourself with the chat box because through the chat box is where now we're going to engage our moderator, ask questions, um, give your feedback, and so much more. So, all right. So now let me ask you this question. How do you currently market your business? So as you think of that question, let me see those who have already joined. Let me see those who have already joined. So I can see Orwa was the first one to join and is just passing his greetings all the way from, Nairobi, Mombasa, Kenya, and he's also just letting people to feel at home, introduce themselves, and also just just write down what you expect from the training. So I can see awesome guys are joining. I can see Mariam is also joining. Vision Africa is also joining from Kampala, and so I'm pretty happy that we're having people joining bit by bit, which is awesome. So So for the guys who just joined, so we've not done much. So we were just looking at the first agenda, and this was our very first question that we've just asked. So we just want to know, how do you currently market your product? You know, some of the methods that you usually use. Is it word of mouth? You know, is it use of social media, or is it through Google Ads? So how do you currently market your business? So write down, some of the methods that you've interacted with on the chat box, and we will discuss them in detail. So, if it is word of mouth, has it been effective? What are the challenges that you're facing? If it is through social media, what is the reach that you've been able to reach? What are some of the audience that you've been able to target, and so much more. So establish your brand online. So we've looked at what is this brand online and how does brand help your business. So what benefits are brought to businesses by going online? So going online is becoming very important right now because when you're not online, you miss on a lot. Customers who are actively searching for products might not be able to find you. So we have tons and tons of benefits of businesses going online. So going online, you could go online using different ways that we're going to discuss here in details. Some of them require some budgets around them. Some of them are pretty free. So we are going to look at them in details. So when you talk about going online, so we have a statistic that is supporting the need for business to go online. So if you look at the number of people who are online, and some of the activities that some of the transactions or activity that they've been engaging on online, could be research, could be shopping, they could be buying, they could be selling, they could be learning. So look at the statistics that we have there. So we have 1.79 billion people who shopped online by last year. So this is by 2019. By 2019, we had a whopping 1.79 billion people who shopped online. Also, we have a greater percentage, 97% of people learning about businesses through online. And that is a testament of the increased mobile usage. So you find more and more people are buying mobile phone, not because they want to call, but because they want to access internet and enjoy what comes with the internet. So right from listening to movies, doing research, googling, and so much more. Also, we have 95% of purchases will be through e-commerce platform. So before Corona, it was estimated that the number will increase slowly, but because now we have the pandemic, and what has come with pandemic is the restriction of movement, and therefore this number is going to increase, so that we'll be having more and more people shopping by in the next 10 years. So we'll not have to wait up to 2040, and it's also going to be dependent on if corona is going to stay with us for a longer. So if it stays with that for longer, then it means we'll have more and more people shopping online, because we are not allowed to walk to a physical shop and do the buying. So all you need to do is go to an e-commerce website, buy a product, and then pay from there. So remember, let us look at how do businesses use internet. What are some of the various ways that a business could leverage or maximize on the internet? So gone are the days when you could only use internet to say hi to your friend, look at pretty pictures, and uh, you know uh, just uh, look at some entertainment. No, as a business, person or as a business owner, you need to position yourself so that you maximize on the use of the internet. So through the internet, you can do so much more, including the ones that have just been highlighted here. So you can also sell products through internet. You can also buy products from the internet. So selling, you can sell various products. So ranging from groceries, you can sell cars, you can sell electronics, you can sell services. So you can do so much more through the internet. So later on, we're going to look at some of the websites that are doing a lot through by just selling. Some of the businesses that have really generated a lot of revenue by just selling, and also by just buying. So remember, you can buy stock in bulk from another supplier through the internet. So online helps you to eliminate the need to maintain the brick and mortar, and also you don't need to have or hold an inventory through internet. And also you can also use internet to advertise. So that is something that is becoming popular, because people have known that it is in the internet that you're able to reach a wider audience, the youths, the young, the working. So through the internet and through social media channels, you're able to reach a wide range of audience who could potentially become your clients. So advertising could be through social media, it could be through Google Ads, it could be through Google My Business. So there's so there are various ways you could advertise through the internet. So you're talking about, so businesses also use internet to find new customers. You can also, and not to mention that we also have, uh, pay per click advertisements, and you also have, social media advertisements. So when you're talking about pay per click advertisement, you only pay for, actions that have been taken on your ad. So the actions could be, or it could be clicks, it could be views, and so much more. Through internet, you can also do research. So, and what kind of research is that? So it's a research on your fierce competitor. So an internet search on a competing company results into an article. So you could read an article about your competitor. You could also do some little digging, just go into the website and just look at the entire usability. What are some of the informations that they have incorporated that you don't have? What are some of the services that people are really buying that you don't have? How is the style of management? What are some of the ways that they usually engage their clients? Once you've done that now, you're able to still, one or two things about them, come and apply them on your business, and just to remain competitive. So let us look at some of the various ways of building an online presence. Some of the various ways of building an online presence. So as we think of that, let us look at some of the various ways of building an online presence. So one of the ways are, and the reason why you need to build an online presence is because at this era now, so many people are online and actively looking for the product and services. So in this digital age, it is essential for your business to have an online presence. So there are various ways you can have an online presence, and we're going to mention them. So it could be through Google My Business, through social media pages, through websites, and you can also have, you you could be online in more than one platform. So you could have a website, you could be listed on Google My Business, you could be having social media platforms, and so much more. So we have two examples of business the business that have been listed on our screen. So we have Imibedi Designs and Juma Artwork. So if you look at that website, so that website has been derived from Google My Business. And if you look at Juma Artworks, their website was developed from from Wix, and these two businesses, they have been listed on Google My Business. So you see, so for Imi Valley, they have an online presence through Google My Business. But for Arts, they have a website. And apart from website, they've also been listed on Google My Business. So let us look at different ways or different platforms that are available that you can have an online presence with or build your online presence with. So when you talk about your own website, so this is just setting up your own website, not somebody doing it for you, but it is you who is setting it up and running it. So setting it up in the sense that you need to identify which platform will give you the best template that suits your the business sector that you are at. It could be banking, it could be hotel, it could be tour and travel, and so much more. So you need to choose a template that suits you. Once you've gotten a template, you need to upload. So we're going to look at how do you upload content. What are the best practices about this content? So when you talk about your own website, it's you who is doing it. It is you who is coming up with the content, and it's pretty much easier, very very easy. So let us look at social media platforms. So when I talk about social media, the one thing that is very, 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 very pleasing about social media is the fact that they are very interactive and it's accessible to large and varying audience. It is very interactive. Right now, if somebody is putting up a live video, people could go there and give their feedback. Somebody is able to respond, and the same way we are doing with this. So right now, I'm doing a training. I'm getting your feedback, and somebody always busy there engaging you guys, and that is how social media are very active. So even in Facebook, it happens. So when you post a meme or you post a product, and people are intrigued, they are forced to take an action, and that actions are the forms of engagement that we're talking about. So that is the interactivity aspect is coming out. Let us look at online directory as another way of building an online presence. So when you talk about an online directory, we're talking about an online list of catalog. So it could be a list or a catalog, or it could be contact or website. So the information that is usually posted on online directory are the business name, are the phone number, are the address, and it could go also the sector and even the opening hours. So online directories used to be popular, way way back when we never used to have, when the website used not to be cheap. But right now, they're being slowly but slowly they're being overtaken because websites are becoming pretty much cheap. Social media is also becoming very popular. So the popularity is dipping bit by bit, but that does not mean that they're not effective. So when you're talking about e-commerce platform, we are talking about a platform which allows you to sell your product or services online. So you not only sell, but you can also buy. So that is how e-commerce is pretty much effective. So let us look at the popularity of e-commerce in Africa, and this is going to be supported by statistics that we have here. So if you look at the statistics that we have there, it is estimated that 4 million internet users in Africa. So we are second in terms of consumption. China is above us. So if you look at that, so it is estimated that 10% of retail sales with an estimated value of 75 billion US dollars will be generated by the year 2025. Also, we have the revenue that has been generated so far. So the revenue that has been generated so far is 16.5 US dollars, 16.5 billion US dollars revenue generated through e-commerce by 2017. So this revenue has been generated through Amazon, it has been generated through Kilimall, it has been generated through Gigi, through Konga, through Kefira, through Tumekato, Jumia, Kilimall. So all the, all the e-commerce platforms that we have, for some reason, they've been able to generate that much revenue, and this is forecasted to go up. It could even double in the coming years. So let us look at, we've talked about e-commerce. Now let us look at what is this e-commerce that I've been saying e-commerce, and why, when you're talking about E, what does E means? You can say it is E and then there's a dash and then commerce. What does this E means? I would love to hear from you. What does that abbreviation E means? So just to make the session interactive, and then also at some point I will just pause and look at the questions that you have in the chat box. And also, if I'm moving too fast or too slow, just let me know. So the intention is for you to grasp the knowledge and apply it. So here we have sample e-commerce websites that we have. So these are just samples. We have more and more e-commerce websites. So what I've noticed from my experience is developing an e-commerce is one thing, but now making it so that it's known and it's widely used is another giant thing. So you can just quickly come up with an e-commerce that is fully functional, but how do you convince people to start using it? That is when now aspects such as security comes in, because some people will be skeptical. They don't even want to put their card number in there because for some reason some hackers might come in and steal the details. Some people, things like, if I buy through your product, how sure am I that you'll deliver the product comes in? So you know so when you talk about Amazon, so I've just mentioned that e-commerce is a platform that allows online businesses to manage their website. So we have marketing, sales, and we also have operations in one place. So all these are done within the e-commerce platform, and of course, our payment is also done within it. So e-commerce platforms are the backbone of any retail enterprise. So allowing the front end and back end to work, in tandem and efficiently. So e-commerce helps to bridge business to business and also business to company exchanges. So they don't just support, though they are they're a growth enabler. So let's look at Amazon. So Amazon allows for individuals and businesses to sell and display products for online. You can display your products through Amazon. Somebody in China can buy your product through Amazon. You as a retailer here in Ethiopia, you can also set up an account in Amazon, display your product so that people all over the world can buy, so long as you're able to deliver. Also, we have Konga. So Konga is one of the Nigeria's leading e-commerce platform. It also offers a large range of products that can be found on one platform. So Konga is popular in Nigeria. So if we have anybody in Nigeria, maybe they could give us the experience with Konga. Let's just look at Jumia. So Jumia is also operating in a number of countries. So if you go to their website, you can find Jumia Kenyan version, or you also find Jumia Nigeria version, Tanzania version, and maybe Ethiopian version. So Jumia allows customers to buy a wide variety of products and groceries online, and it also offers paying of bills and also food delivery and mobile data plan. So has anybody been able to buy maybe MTN bundles or Safaricom bundles or something from Jumia? So just let me know. And also, have you been able to pay for your bills? So maybe your electricity bill through Jumia. Have you been able to pay for your have you been able to pay for your house rent through Jumia? Just let me know. I've not been able to do that myself, but maybe somebody in the chat box has been able to do that. So, all right. So now let us look at Kilimall. So Kilimall, it's an online shopping mall in Africa, popular in Kenya, and it also offer pretty much what other e-commerce are offering. So we have so many categories of business listed there. So if you click under category, you'll find people, people buying cars from there, people buying groceries and even electronics. So here we have bid or buy is an online marketplace offering a convenient way for people to buy and sell. So what I've noticed with e-commerce platforms, so long as the steps are not complex, somebody is able to add a product into the cart and is able to check out easily, you're good to go. But if somebody is having difficulties at the checkout, chances are the person will not buy your product. So finally, we have Gigi, Nigerian online marketplace, similar to Bid or Buy. So anything from vehicles, properties, health, beauty tools and services services. So I remember we talked about online directory being one of the ways that you can have an online presence. And normally, create an account with any online directory platform is usually free, unless other charges. But Yellow Africa pages, Yellow Pages for Africa and Africa Business pages. So here you create an account for free, and you ensure that when you create an account, you put the phone number there that people will be able to call you just to make an inquiry. So when you're talking about an online directory, we're talking about a website which lists businesses based on the category. So normally, so what I've noticed is when you don't have a website, or even when you're not listed on business category on GMB, I mean, when you go to the search engine and search for the name of the business, if you don't have a website, if you don't have social media pages, if you don't have anything, and you're listed on online directory, so the first result that usually appears is that online directory, and it will tell you, okay, this guy is or this business has been listed on an online directory, and then from there you click onto the link, and then it takes you to the page where you could get much more information about that business. So let us look at how do you get listed on Africa business, Africa. How do you get listed on Africa business pages? So to list a business on an online directory, the steps are usually similar. I can see here we also have a number of business. I know a number of you know online directory. So if I use Tumekato, is also one of the online directory here, and we also have another one called Addis Biz. Addis Biz is also another online directory. Online directory. So normally, so normally the first thing you have to go to that domain. So like this one, you have to go to africabusinesspages.com. Once you clicked onto that page, it takes you now to the page where you sign up or register as a user. So you need to register your business name. You also include your contact details. You also need to include the business sector and even the country where you're listed. So remember, Africa business pages. So it is an African online directory page. So you'll have different businesses. Some will be from South Africa, some will be from West Africa, some will be from North Africa, some will also be, in the East Africa region. So you need to indicate the country where you are, or if not the country, you also need to select the region so that somebody will know that, okay, this is a business that is listed here in uh, let me use Harare for instance, or it is a business that is listed in Addis Ababa, for instance. So the steps is similar because normally the interface is similar, and the fields that are required are usually similar. So now let us look at how to get your business on social media. So I'm pretty sure that for the guys on the chat box, you've for one way or another, you've been able to create a business page for your, a social media page for you, for yourself or for your business, and the steps is similar. So what social media is very effective with is the fact that with the right marketing plan, you can use social media platform to create a successful campaign and increase sales. You can also create new business opportunities, brand recognition, and brand recognition and customer service. So the first one is you need to sign up. You need to add pictures. You need to create your username. Also, you need to add business name. And this step is similar when you're using YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. So let me pause and see if we have questions for me. Do we have questions for me? Wow. So I can see that the chat is very, very active. Very, very active. So that is a sign that Oro is doing a good job. Oro is doing a good job. Ah, awesome. So I'd given a shout out to Miriam. I can see Miriam saying, I use word of mouth and WhatsApp. So thank you so much, Miriam, for that. That's a suggestion. We also have, Vision Africa say, I have a marketing team that moves from place to place with a product. So that is also a way of getting customers. So maybe my question for me, from me would be, how much in terms of how much do you spend, uh, for movement? Because now, for you to reach and what is your coverage? So the first question would be, how much do you usually spend in just giving them the transport allowance so that they can move from business to business, and what is the coverage? So I can say Oro is also trying to share, trying to engage the people. Vision Africa say yes, at least they bring leads up to 50% weekly. All right. So perpetually saying, okay, just saying from Ghana. I can say Winnie saying I'm from Ginger. How is Ginger? All right. So Vision is saying yes, but costs a lot in terms of skills and money to buy ads through but ads store. Okay. So Winnie is also saying you're welcome. My second session this week. I would love to know much more. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome. So I'm really happy that the chat is very, very active. That the chat is very, very much active. So now let's move to our second agenda. Let's move to our second agenda, which is now we want to look at how do you, so what is the step of developing an e-commerce offering? And the first step is we first you need to pick your domain. And what do you mean by by domain? So the domain is the name of a website. So this is what customers will use to find you. So that is a domain. So when you buy a domain, you purchase the name of your website so others can't use it. So there are many sites. Uh, So there are many sites you can register a domain on. So we have Africa domain and a Google domain are just a few of the many platforms. So a domain name can be a combination of so what we're talking about is that you can buy a domain, and domain name used to be very need to be very unique so that nobody. We're talking about domain, and we're talking about how to pick a domain, and we've just learned we've just defined what a domain name is, and in most cases domain name should be unique. And we have a number of combinations for domain extension. So you can have a domain where we have, so in the domain there can be a combination of letters and numbers. So it's not a sin to have a domain that has letters and numbers. It can be also numbers alone. No, it can also be letters alone, but having the mixture is not also a sin. And also, we also have a number of extensions. As you can see, .com is popular, but other than .com, we have .net. .io, .et, .org, amongst others. So we have, more places, or different, like various hosts where you can buy the domain. So remember, you cannot go to any other place and buy domain. We have domain service providers where you can buy this domain. So some of them are global, some of them are local. So we have Africa domain that you can use, and you also have a global domain service provider such as Google domains. Apart from that, so after buying domain name, buying it is not enough. You need to move a step further and ensure that the security has been added. So if you go to Daddy, GoDaddy is one, an all-in-one solution to grow online domain name. So, and they provide the secure socket layer with it, that's SSL. So if you go to an website and it just has HTTP, there is no S after P, then it means that domain is not secure. So HTTPS tells us that the domain is secure, and you can provide, and most domain service providers provide that service together, so that when you buy a domain name, it comes with SSL. But for some platforms, website builder platforms, they don't really come up with SSL. So you, after developing your website on that platform, you need to go to another, service provider to buy a domain name and link it with your website. So if you look at Domain King, so the Domain King is leading domain registration company in Nigeria, and I'm sure they also provide SSL. Bluehost is also one of the largest website providers powering millions of websites. They also provide SSL as well. So, assuming you're a business owner and you want somebody to build a website for you, kindly insist on the security, because security in the first place, you don't want a situation whereby people will be stealing your data. And some data, I remember, data are usually sensitive, especially some of the information that people will be writing onto your, will be filling onto your website, especially if you have a form where people are required to write their name, and some sensitive details. So security is very, very crucial. So after picking a domain name, where do you now build your site? So in building your site, we have different templates or website builders. So when you're talking about these website builders or template, we're talking about Wix as one of them. We're talking about Google Sites as one of them. Camilo is another one. I think Joomla is also another one. WordPress is also, one that also comes up with ready-made templates. So website builders make it easy for you to create your own website with a little effort. So once you've done that now, so what we are basically saying that, with these platforms you can build your own website, because there is no coding skills that is required. So once you've picked a platform, choose a template. So now let us look at how do you choose a template. So when we talk about templates, so templates are a big part of what makes website builders easy to use. So with the template, you get all the basic structure and design of your website into place. So look at the template that you have there. So once you've chosen this template, all you need to do is to, if you don't like the images, you upload your own images. If you don't like the content, you put your own content. If you don't like where the button is, you restructure it. So that is all you need to do. So when choosing a template, consider if the basic structure is in line with what you need and what you want. So after choosing a template, now let us look at uploading content. So when you talk about content, we're talking about digital content. We're talking about text, images, videos, and any other media that visitors will see when they come to your site. Content needs to be original and unique, and content needs to speak about your business. So the content that you're putting needs to mirror or needs to talk about your business. And in that way, the content will be enhancing your brand. So now let us look at the best practices uh, the best practices when creating content for your business. So remember, when you're creating content, you're not creating content for you, but you're creating it for your audience. So therefore, you need to prioritize your audience. So it is tempting to make your website copy about you, but your site will resonate more with your visitors if they think it meets their need. So you need to ensure that at least you've done some background checks, you've done some background research about your audience, so that the content we'll be making will be resonating with them. Also, you need to research about your competitors. So figure out your unique positioning. Take a little time to research other websites, what they're doing. Now think what makes yours differently. So with that now, you'll be adding some value to your brand, and also you'll stand out. And also you need to learn search engine optimization basics. So SEO is basically how you increase the chances of ranking in the search engine when people look for your website. And you can so and there are various ways that you can optimize your website. So search engine optimization is very important, because just imagine somebody going to the search engine and looking for a product, and your page do not anything about you do not appear on the first page. Chances are the person will go to the ones that appear on the first page, and then the guy will the business, or the client, or the business, or the customer will click onto the results that appear on the first page, goes to the website and buy from them. So if you don't appear on the first page, or if anything about you beats your links to the website, or your links to social media pages, or your links to JB, you will be missing out. So now let us look at some of the plugins that you can use to go above and beyond, with e-commerce. So we have promotion and discount code tools. So you can add this. So if you have a discount, you can clearly say, okay, if you go to the store, this is a discount. But if you buy from, if you go to the physical shop, this is a discount. But if you buy from online, there is a discount. You can also use easy to use checkout, a search engine optimization plugin, email marketing integration plugin. So email marketing is just a way of engaging with your customers through sending emails. So you need to send emails informing them about your services or your upcoming activities. And for you to send emails, you must have gathered these emails at one point, and you have them. And so the best practices with email marketing is you need to ask for permission for you to send emails, not bombard your clients with emails that they're not interested in. Also, you need to incorporate multiple payment options. So the plugin that you will it be able to accept payment from PayPal, M-Pesa, the different payment platforms that you have. That will give the client or the customer an option, or it will also give you an option of accepting money from different platforms. So where do we get this plugin? So we've talked about some of the plugins that you can use to make the clients the browsing, or the shopping experience so much easier. So now where do you get them? So if you look at easy downloads, easy digital downloads, so an e-commerce solution for WordPress. If you use it, so you use it right out of the box, or tailor it to your business with an item. You can also use WooCommerce, build your online store on the open source. It is completely customizable e-commerce platform. And we also have WP e-commerce, powering about 36,000 stores online. So it is also one of the most relied upon open source solution for businesses around the globe. So the reason why, so there could be a reason why it is most relied upon. So it means maybe people like the interface. It is easy to use. It loads very fast. Something like that. So whatever you do, or whatever, so if you're making an e-commerce website, you need to know that we have so many people accessing internet through mobile phone, and therefore you need to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. So let us look at the statistics that we have here. So it is telling us that 2.41 billion people shopped online and 21 million online shoppers across Nigeria. Ah, okay, so we have 21 million in those three countries, and 50% of those people shopped using their mobile phone. So we have a huge chunk of people who shopped using their mobile phone, and then the remaining 50% was shared through desktops. Some of them shopped through tabs, some of them shopped through other some other ways. So but mobile phone took half. It means now more and more people are comfortable using their mobile phones for different ways. So now, how do you check if your site is mobile friendly? So how do you check if your site is mobile friendly? So I'm always going to share with you a site that you can check. So we have g.co/test my site. In this site, you're able to check your mobile, your website speed. What is the speed on desktop? What is the speed on mobile? And also, there is a part where it will tell you this is the recommended speed. If it is below that, it is way below. And even digital marketing cannot be done on it. But if it is above that, then you're okay. And also, how do you now improve your speed? So we have various suggestions of how you can improve your load page. Right. So we are done with our second agenda. So let me see if we have a question for me. If we have a question for me. So just browsing through to see if we have a question for me. And uh-huh. Right. So if you don't have a question for me, I would like us to just proceed to our final agenda. So so this is our last stop for this particular session, and it is basically around social media and how do you ensure that these social media pages that you're using, they're helping you in driving sales. And this brings me to the first question, which is how can social media benefit your business? And these are the benefits. So just a few of the benefits. So you can use social media to to generate sales. You can reach new audiences through social media. You can also create opportunities through social media. Also through social media, we can add value to our brand. So remember, we were talking about brand, and we talked about brand is something that is built over time, and we talked about brand image. How do people view you? What do people think about you? And all these are tied with the services that you offer. So you can also add value through starting two-way conversation, which was not there in some years back. So two-way conversation. So if you look at this, compare this with the radio or TV, which is one way. You sit on your couch, you listen to the presenter, and then there is you're not able to say just tell him, okay, pause. I need some clarity on what you just talked about. So that is the value that comes with social media. Also you're also able to gain valuable customer insight. So when you're doing an advert on TV already, for instance, you're not able to find insights of now who are the people who are watching me, what are the caliber of people who are watching me. So, and that is through social media, even through the insights, we're able to gain some valuable customer insights. We can also improve our marketing through social media by targeting the right customers, and you can also build relationship and networks, and you can also build business to business networks, and you can also build our own community. We can also stay competitive as well. So being competitive is standing out. So if you have 50 similar business doing operating in online or business, you need to stand out so that those 49 are below you. So through social media, you're able to do that. So now let us look at how do we set up our social media strategy. How do we set up our social media strategy? And to help us set up our social media strategy, we need to know five pillars. I call them five pillars. And these five pillars, they include our, what who we need to give priority. The most important one is the audience, our customer. Business goals, that's another pillar. We also have social platforms, another pillar. And we also have tone of the voice as a pillar. And we also have what is success. So a success is how is our marketing effort doing. So when we're talking about audience, we're talking about who they are, what they're interested in, what influences them to make a decision, when are they usually online, so which social media platforms do they usually prefer. So when you talk about who, when, what, why, which, so those are some of the terms that help us to understand who our audience are. So let us look at our goals. So as a business owner, or as a business person, or as a business, you can have so many goals. But what I know, which is common with business, is generate sales. So if you're not in business to generate sales, then I don't think your chances of succeeding are so slim. So you need to generate sales. As you generate sales, you also need to make profit. So one of your goals could be to give better customer service, or grow brand awareness, or generate more sales, or get more people on your site. Or you can have all this as your goal. So you want to give better customer service, grow your brand, generate more sales, and also just get people coming to your site. So now let us look at what is involved with picking a platform. So we have platforms which are business focused. We also have others which are lifestyle focused. We also have some channels that require different strategies. So you need to know that you need to learn that that platform that you're picking, is it aligning with your goals? Does it have features that will help you to meet your goals? So fine. Then let us look at how do you define your brand, social voice or tone. So when you talk about brand social voice or tone, we are talking about the logo you use, the brand guidelines, fonts and colors, tone of voice, the do's and don'ts, and even the style of images. So all these are under your brand social voice. So in when you're doing an ad, or when you're doing or when you're just communicating, ensure that uh, the font colors, and even the fonts or even the colors that you use, is consistent with what is in your logo. So if it is a green color, ensure that that green color is not the one that is constantly being used. Not that within your logo you have a green and blue color, but when you're putting out prints, usually prints in red. So you have to ensure that there is consistency in your brand social voice. So when you talk about success, what do we mean? So so we so after setting, you need to set out goals that are specific to your business, and also how you can measure whether you've succeeded. So if your business goal was growth in sales and traffic, how would you measure that? If it was improvement in customer service, how would you measure that? Was it you know how would you measure customer service, for instance? Is it through the reviews that people have given you, so that you've been able to know that, okay, people are really appreciating my service? Or is it through calls that people are calling you, or if it was through the likes and shares that people usually shares your page, you like it. It could be one of the ways of measuring, your success. So you need to measure your success. So, which social media platform does your business use? Which social media platform does your business use? Is it Twitter? And if it is Twitter, what is Twitter popular for? And so when you talk about Twitter, it is good for quick fire conversations. So the quick conversations as well as public relation tool. So when you want to create a Twitter account, you can create a professional looking profile. You can also have a header image. With Twitter also, you can also get noticed and also join conversations using the hashtags that are there. You can ask questions and even run a poll. You can also retweet and engage with content. You can also pin tweet so that it stays there for long. Also, if you're using Facebook, so help Facebook help customers find you and see what your business is all about. So if you can look at that the proper testing, the guy has nice videos that he has uploaded. I can see he has also um, he has a homepage. There also videos. So you need to ensure that in the about page you link you link your Facebook with your website. You can also add opening hours and even contact details. You can also change call to action button. For instance, if you want people to buy now, you can change it. If you want people to contact you, or if you want people to shop now. So the various call to action buttons. So we also have subscribe now, shop now, contact us now, buy now, and amongst others. You can also, use videos and the GIFs to generate interest and shares. So you, so from experience with Facebook, for instance, when you post a video that invokes some feelings, it can be bad or good. People will be forced to say something about it, either bad or good. So it could be bad or good. Bad for some reason, somebody feels some type of way about it and is forced to say something. That is a sign that it's attracting some engagement. Also Instagram, so a place to share photos and short videos of anything, you know. So it is a way, it is one place that is very, very heavy on photos, and it can also give you the room to follow influencers, brands, or people that you are interested in. And you can also use a photo caption to tell a story. You can also go live through. So now there is the aspect of just going live through Instagram, and people will be able to see what you're doing. Now let us look at LinkedIn. So which is a great, great for recruitment, building professional network and also connecting with your peers. So peers in the sense that if you're in the banking sectors, you'll be able to connect with people in that sector. If you're in the hospitality sector, you'll be able to connect with people in the hospitality sector. So those are the peers. So people who are sharing, sharing common interest, or they're in the same business line. And you can also make your company page search engine friendly, and you can also generate interest by creating special showcases pages. So let me see if we have a question for me, because we are almost wrapping up, and I'm sure that Oro has shared a number of links with you. So just So before I finish, let me just acknowledge the presence of Disalen Getaso is also joining, and is talking about training vital for improving one's company marketing. Thank you so much. So if you don't have a question for me, and I'm seeing Aurora just shared the images, the links that are required. So what would be our next step? So for me, I would really be happy if you guys share. You talk about these sessions in our various social media platforms using the hashtag Grow with Google or hashtag digital. or just talk about the session, say something about the session, what stood out for you in the session, what was the new thing that you learned about the session. Was it the fact that you can do your website for yourself? Was it the fact that e-commerce is becoming popular? So just share this, say something about the training. And I would also be happy if you say that the session was done by one and only Evans Rabare. That would really be grateful. So we also have our social media channels. So on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram as well. So, it has been an awesome time being with you. The engagement has been top notch. People are interested, and that is that is very pleasing for me. And I would just urge us to continue that way as we continue with our session. So the aim is to upskill you, use the knowledge that you'll be gaining here, go deeper into the sessions, because there are links that Aura will be providing for you, so that if there is something that was not clear here, you go to Grow with Google page and search for that specific area on Grow with Google page, and you'll be learning so much more. So without wasting a lot of time, I want to say it has been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for having kept me company, and we've learned together, and we hope to continue in that way. So thank you very much. Aura has provided the form. Thank you so much.